Good morning y buenos dias. Feliz Navidad. Happy Nochebuena.
Feliz
It is
Nochebuena.
a beautiful, beautiful Christmas Eve day. We are here. I'm not super festive. Pooch is definitely more festive than me.
The golfing Santa.
That is a good little sweater.
Santa Claus.
That
Santa
is
Claus golfing.
very solid. Where'd you get that?
I got it off Amazon.
Amazon, right?
And what happened was I had an ugly sweater party and I'd ordered this one. But I guess on Amazon it was like delayed. So I was like, shit. So I ordered another one that came on time and then this one came in too.
So what's the other one?
So the other one is him taking a swing. This is him just like kind of like
Oh, so
posing.
you got two golf.
The
ugly
one I
sweaters.
wore for Dave's party is different than this one. It's a different
yes.
pose of Santa. It's the same company, but it's a different Santa golfing. So this is more like a casual.
I actually like that one.
This is like a casual, like sitting by the tee.
It's got the palm trees and everything on it.
Dude, it's awesome. I have two of these, so now I have two for the occasion. So I have one of him swinging. It's all about the vibe. If I'm more of a chill vibe or of an active vibe, I can wear Santa swinging or Santa vibing.
Santa's vibing on Christmas Eve. I love it. He's playing some golf. Well, welcome back. We've got a good episode for you today. Obviously, with Christmas Eve and Nochebuena, we want to touch a little bit on some of the Nochebuena traditions.
Traditions, man.
Right? I mean, this is a big holiday for us Cubanos here in Miami. We go all out. Basically, don't do anything on the 25th.
No.
So, talk to me a little bit about what Nochebuena means to you and the history of your Nochebuenas.
Nochebuena, man. Nochebuena is the day that the whole fam gets together, la familia, los primo, the primo hermano. Everyone gets together, at night, obviously. You don't do this during the day. This is not a daytime excursion. This is a nighttime. Nochebuena is a nighttime.
I don't know about that.
Maybe like late afternoon going into night, maybe.
Yeah.
But we've always started our Nochebuenas late at night, like 7:30.
But you got to cook the pig.
Whoa. I'm talking about when everyone actually gathers around.
Okay, yeah.
The actual day of Nochebuena is a full day kind of thing. Obviously, the prep and everything, but the actual party, the festivities, it starts at night, right? You you got your pig already done. Maybe it's on this last round. Then you got to take it out. You have one side of the family carving up the pig. You have el otro, lo bebida, everyone drinking, la cerveza. You have the kids, running around the field or the grass, whatever they're doing.
The fields.
The field.
What are they? They're in the middle of Tropical Park?
My grandma has a big yard.
This guy's got fields at his house.
My grandma's a big yard, so they're out there in the backyard running around. And then it's always good. Just it's like I said, man, just being with the family, con la familia, todo lo abuelo. Everyone just kind of comes together and just kind of celebrates the holidays together. It's the true, I would say, out of all the Cuban specific holidays, because obviously Nochebuena is a very big Cuban holiday. I wouldn't say it's the same. I'm sure they celebrate, but I don't think it has the same effect across other cultures.
Nochebuena is more of it's called Nochebuena for a reason. Yeah. It's more of a Latino holiday.
Latino, but I think for sure more Cuban than anything.
Yes,
I think Cubans
for sure.
They
go out the most.
Yeah. Like if you go anywhere else in the country, they're not going hard on Nochebuena. They go hard for Christmas Day, right? But Nochebuena is a day that we go hard. And, for the most part, there's even presents being exchanged on Nochebuena. People open their presents on Nochebuena. And Christmas Day is just like the recoup day.
I do absolutely nothing on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe see some family, but I mean, that's it.
Christmas Day is
it's NFL Day.
Exactly. It's NFL Day, but Christmas Day is a breakfast, you open some gifts, and then it's a normal day the rest of the day.
Exactly.
You bring
by noon, it's over.
Yeah, maybe your grandparents come over, you make a little breakfast for everyone, you open your presents, make a little gift exchange. But that's it. It's not like something that goes on, throughout the day. We're not doing a big dinner. That's why Nochebuena happens.
Yes, absolutely.
But I mean, dude, I love Nochebuena. I think it's always a fun holiday. Everyone gets dressed up. We'll see if maybe the temperature comes down a little bit more.
It will not.
Things gonna be a little warm.
I have the weather report.
What is it?
83 degrees
even
high,
at night,
and then maybe break 70 at night. Maybe.
So it's a warm Nochebuena once again. We're not. It's tough to get a cool Nochebuena. I think it's more likely for us to get a cooler New Year, but for the most part, Nochebuena is always warm. But it's okay. We're built for it. So rock out the short sleeves. Don't wear a sweater.
And chancletas.
You know what, bro? If it was allowed. But I think people like to dress up for Nochebuena. People would try to.
I mean, I'm cooking the pig all day, so I am in t-shirt, shorts, and chancletas.
I like to rock a flannel for Nochebuena. I think a flannel is a good vibe for Nochebuena. It's kind of festive. You get your red and blue flannel. Do your thing.
It's tough though because, like for me, I'm legit sweating the whole day.
I got you.
So dressing up on Nochebuena becomes not a thing for me.
I would say that's the one thing I miss from our festivities is that we haven't committed to doing the pig as much anymore. That's one thing that we've missed out on. And for the most part, we have a small family, so a whole pig never really made sense for us. But we still have pig.
Yeah.
But we do like una pierna, you know? Because realistically, like like I said, I have my grandparents, my sister, my parents, and that's pretty much it in terms of immediate family.
Right.
I don't got a whole bunch of primos. I don't got a whole bunch of, we don't have a huge family. So a 30-pound pig, it was like, but we did go with a pierna. A pierna will take a part. Everyone obviously brings more food and stuff. Everyone brings their thing. But I do wish that we had that lechon making kind of deal, which we did back in the day.
Yeah.
We did. And, it's just something that our family got a little bit smaller. So, a huge pig didn't really make a whole bunch of sense.
Makes sense.
But that's where I'm going to switch it to you, man, because that is your squeeze. That is your specialty. You look forward to this year. You perfect the recipe throughout the year.
Yep.
Every year it evolves. So talk to me, what do you think about the pig this year? What is Andre's Nochebuena pig going to look like this year?
The skin has been mastered.
The skin's been
mastered.
mastered.
The chicharrón
That's the hardest part.
Is where I thrive. And, I think the sazon and the seasoning, the mojo, all of that, pretty traditional. Well, I wouldn't say super traditional as far as like the seasoning, that goes into the pig. Obviously, mojo is involved as like the base. Use a lot of herbs, so some parsley in there, some oregano, just to give it a little bit of a kick. Give it a little bit of something, and then a little bit of citrus, things like that, just to get the skin nice and juicy, get it ready and primed. Then of course salt the crap out of it, going into the cajachina.
You gotta dry out the skin.
And then comes the cooking. I mean, so I grew up using a traditional cajachina, right? Charcoal on the top, put the pig in the box and let it cook for hours, right? Now we don't use that. We use what they call a caja asadora, which is like this big metal box, which you're starting to see a lot more of them now. And essentially, you cook the pig from the charcoal on the bottom, and then the pig's actually at the top. So it's different than the traditional cajachina. But we've been using it now for the last couple of years, and I like it because I feel like I have more control of the pig, right? The pig just kind of sits in the box, and it does its thing, which is fine. Here, I can really, really control every single angle of cooking the pig to like the fullest, right? And that to me is why I like it so much. And then the skin is like, there you cook way better skin than, in my opinion, than in the traditional cajachina. Not a knock on cajachina at all. It's just I feel like I can do what I want to do with the pig, right? So for me, it's pretty much standard operation, especially now that we have a win under our belt in the cajachina, pig roasting contest. So it's like, why change it? If it's not broke, don't fix it, right?
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right?
I agree.
So I'm gonna kind of continue with the path that we've used in the past. Get that temperature up to about like internal temperature of the meat up to like 190, 195, and that's controversial. There's guys telling me, "Oh no, you're cooking it." I'm like, dude, this is how we cook it. This is how we won. I'm gonna continue to do it that way.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. So get that internal meat temp to like 190, 195 before you flip it. And then from there you flip it, and then the skin, you can cook it as slow or as quick as possible. Personally, you can get that chicharrón, on the top, but the problem is if you cook the skin too fast, then you get that like fatty layer on the bottom of the skin, right? So to really dry out the skin, you actually got to cook the skin slow once you flip it over, right? Even though it's cooking as it's sitting in the box, you still want to cook that skin layer a little bit before you really ramp it up. So
which I think is what people forget. You don't want to cook it fast.
Because you could dry out that skin, get it super crispy, but then the bottom layer of the skin is still fatty, right? So you kind of get that rubbery, crunchy
The whole
mix.
pig, I mean, some pigs are thick. Some of those boys are fat. So if you cook it too fast, like you'll cook the outside, but when you get para medio, it's raw. And the last thing you want is raw pork. It's like a cardinal sin.
Well, that's why getting that, you want to get that internal meat temp to that 190, 195, because you're basically guaranteeing that by the time you flip it over, that the pig is going to be cooked in its entirety. You're not going to get that raw meat, essentially, right? So 190, 195, you flip it, and then I usually try to cook the skin for like 30 minutes before I really ramp it up to then get that bubbly chicharrón. And that's where everybody, I think, tries to get to, right? But I think that sweet spot is just getting that skin to bubble up to that point that you could just literally rip it off. That's what I want to accomplish this year. If there's anything, I think we do a good job of like getting good pieces at chicharrón, but I want to find the way to master where like you see how people literally just cut out the whole sheet of the whole back of the skin.
Off.
Yeah. So that if there's anything different, we haven't really done that to its full capacity.
Yeah.
We'll get massive pieces of chicharrón, but I want to get the whole skin, to come off. So that's the big thing this year.
One lechon that I forgot where I was, but it's memorable because I remember exactly. They cut it into fours.
Yeah.
And essentially they got the skin so right that they just grabbed the quadrant.
Exactly.
And it just came off.
That's pretty much how we get it too, right? I mean, you're talking about pieces of chicharrón like this, right? So, but I want to get the whole sheet of the back off.
Have you ever thought about scoring the pig before you cook it?
We do, yeah. We score it, so we cut it enough so that it gets it. You don't want to score it too much because sometimes too much of that heat really lifts the skin up.
Yeah.
But you want it to come up enough so you can get that separation between the skin and the thick layer of the skin and the actual chicharrón part.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
At this point, so many lechons have been made. You've won. Would you go to a party where you're not the one making the lechon?
Yeah, I would go, but I gotta know how they cook that pig.
I'm
gonna be in there. I'm gonna be like,
come on, Dre, come on. You're not gonna show and be like,
no.
You want to know how it's being done. You're gonna.
I don't want to be that guy that like tells a guy what to do, because everybody's got their thing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be peeking to see like
you want to be there for the process. Like
the
thing
is I like doing it.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy it. I like the component of what goes into cooking a pig because it's just like, it's a 6-hour ordeal, 4 to 6 hours, whatever that time frame is. But you're hanging out, you're playing dominoes, like you're drinking beer, you're having a good time, And to me, I like that because it's a full day of festivities while you're cooking. That aspect is why I think I like it the most. And then obviously, like the end product is always like, damn, I just cooked this all day, cooked the whole pig, and that part's cool.
So you want to be involved in the process, at some capacity. You just want to be like,
If there's anything like that I would like to be involved, if I wasn't actually being the guy, is the skin part.
The skin,
yeah.
You want to be there for the skin. You'll show up early, but we don't start till 7.
Because, bro, the seasoning, having the pig out, the night before so it get deep. Like it's a whole process, right? Like. There's a lot of preparation that goes into it. And I wouldn't say it's stressful, but like takes some time.
Yeah.
Right. And like that part, maybe I let somebody else do that. And then when it comes to like actually cooking the pig the day of, then I'll be there. But the preparation part is the part that
when you look at Nochebuena, do you think that the party hits different if the lechon isn't good?
Oh, for sure. If the lechon's not good, people are going to be disappointed.
Yeah. Like, is it like a cardinal sin to mess up the lechon for Nochebuena?
I would say so.
It's tough, bro. Because I mean, like, I feel like you have to like practice doing it.
Like
you can't just like try doing it on like on Nochebuena.
Look at for the cajachina, for example, right? It's got the directions right on the side of the box.
It tells you
at this hour you're putting this amount of charcoal. It's kind of hard to mess up at the end, just to cook it, right? Yeah. Perfecting it is maybe a different situation.
Because you can cook it, but maybe it's not seasoned properly. Like that's where like the art comes in. Yeah. But I'm sure you can cook it. You can burn
the skin. You maybe cook the meat too much, right? But at the end of the day, the cajachina was built so that anybody essentially could do it.
A user-friendly lechon.
Tells you exactly how long to cook everything, how much charcoal to put. If you could just follow directions, you should be able to cook the pig, to a standard. But the thing is now, how do you take it to the point where it's like, damn, this is a freaking good pig?
Listen, man, pigs, family, dominoes, and beers. I mean, it's like the Cuban commandments. I mean, like, what else do you need? There's nothing better on Nochebuena. But what is, so many Nochebuenas. What's your favorite memory from your Nochebuena? I have one.
Favorite memory from Nochebuena? Damn. Ooh, I don't know. I mean, obviously, growing up, we always hosted Nochebuena. At my house, I miss like having like my grandfather around for Nochebuena and all that. But I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite memory. I do like, what I would say the first pig that I ever cooked on my own was probably my favorite memory. I basically, a bunch of family stuff went on. The tradition was not going to continue anymore. My grandfather was not around. Basically, no one was going to put it upon themselves. And I remember going to Sedano's and buying my own cajachina and saying, I'm gonna do this. Like, whatever. Cajachina, I think, was like $250 at the time.
Yeah.
I went there, bought it, put it in the truck, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna do it this year.
Yeah, I feel that.
And then since then, that was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Basically.
And did you go and pick out your pig, or you got a pig already frozen?
No, frozen pig. Back in the day, Back in the day when we used to do the pig, we used to go to a finca and like pick out the pig.
I think that
that's
crazy. It's crazy, but I think that's like a Cuban milestone is going to the slaughterhouse and picking your pig and being like, I want Charlotte's Web right there. That's the one I want.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Poor piggy.
Listen, bro. I got a good one, and it's from when I was little. And the only reason I remember is because people have told me stories. Is I was like probably like 3 or 4 years old, young. And this is when we had a pretty big Nochebuena. And obviously, like, you know, I was like I said, I was the only little kid there. There wasn't like a ton of little kids. I think it was me. My little sister was still like in a carriage, so she wasn't even old enough. Excuse me, a stroller, not a carriage. What is this? Fucking Cinderella.
1700s.
She's in her stroller. She's a baby, like 1 year old. And my dad obviously wanted to surprise me, so he dressed up as Santa Claus and be like, "Oh, Santa Claus came. He dropped off your presents." And I don't, from stories from my tias and my abuelos, I got so freaked out that I passed out.
From seeing Santa?
From seeing my dad.
Wow. But did you know it was your dad?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was a baby, so I didn't know. He had disappeared, and then you saw Santa Claus, and basically you have like the little patio, and he just kind of walked in front of the front door, like ringing the bell.
Yeah.
And like my tia's like, "Oh, look, Danny, Santa Claus." And I was like, and I passed out. I passed out, bro. And my dad, like, he says, like, "Dad, I was there, Dan." And I'm like, "I'll try to surprise you." And like, I was looking over, and I was like, did my son just pass out?
That's crazy.
I passed out, bro.
That's great. I remember when
I passed out at Nochebuena.
When I was young like that, and they would always bring like the Santa to Nochebuena. There was a point, you know, when you obviously start growing up and you're like starting to question, like, is Santa real and stuff like that. Yeah. I remember looking around like the Christmas party. I'm like, what dude is missing right now? I remember looking around the party and being like, I know one of you guys turned into Santa at one point. Because always someone would just disappear. And I'm like, who is it?
Yeah.
And they would change it up. So it's like 1 year it would be like, okay, well, my dad's there. Okay, my grandfather's there. Then who's the guy that's missing?
Yeah.
And then eventually I started putting 2 and 2 together.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man, like, discretion for, you know, don't let your little kids listen to this, but I remember like being little, like appreciating the lengths your parents went to like kind of let that dream. Dude, I remember being in my garage, all the families there. Dude, someone was on my roof pretending to be the reindeer's landing.
Wow.
And I was like, and then like, God knows what it looked like from the outside, but there's people galloping on my roof to make it seem.
That's impressive.
And like some guy, like, you know, people will come in when we're out of the house and like leave little footprints and shit.
Well, we used to.
Like you really appreciate that. And like, honestly, it's like the innocence of like.
Of course.
Of the innocence of that whole thing. Like, bro, it was so beautiful being a little kid. Like, Santa came, leaving the cookies out. Yeah. And then like, you know, when you get a little bit older, you try leaving cameras out. You're like, now I can. It's probably super hard to do it now to try to keep that dream alive of Santa Claus.
My mom used to do, which now I know what it was, but she would put together these little like Ziplocs, which had reindeer food in it. Yeah. So we would go in the front yard and throw reindeer food in the grass.
God knows what you're throwing out there.
It was oatmeal with sparkles in it.
Oatmeal and
glitter. Yeah. It was oatmeal with glitter in it.
Yeah.
And it said reindeer food on it. And we were literally, me and my brother would just be like this, throwing oatmeal in the front yard. Like just. Yeah. And then basically, that was like us attracting the reindeers to come. It's like, we got to feed them.
Listen, dude, my grandma, may she rest in peace, she was super religious. And she was really big on los rey malo.
Oh, wow.
The rey malo. Yeah. Like, for all the Latinos out there, maybe you don't, you know about the los rey malo.
Yeah.
Dude, my grandma, I don't know how she did it, but she's like, Danny, the rey malo are coming today. So the camels are going to come on camels. And like, it might smell bad because the camels are going to like come through.
What would you do?
Dude, there was like.
Don't tell me there was
legit shit.
No.
To make it seem like the camels came through.
No.
I swear.
Okay, that's quite. I mean, Jesus Christ.
There's legit shit.
What?
Dude, honestly, they lived in a cat neighborhood, so I can imagine maybe some cat shit and it smelled bad enough, so it made it seem. But bro, it smelled awful. And I was like a little kid.
Did they like accumulate it in like a certain area?
I don't know, bro. I remember seeing the shit, but it smelled awful. And she's like, the camels came through. So I don't know if she like put some food out for the cats.
Talk about going all out.
She put laxative in the cat's food because she was like they had a ton of cats around there. So I don't know if she like put laxative in the food, so it made it smell really bad. But dude, like it was bad, and the rey malos came on their camels.
That's next level commitment.
Dude, the commitment levels are insane, bro. But it's the beauty of it. It's the innocence of being a little kid during Christmas, and it was always the best time, bro. Christmas is always
100%.
The best time of the year. Leaving the cookies out and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes you wake up and the cookies weren't eaten. You're like, oh man.
Dude, that always pissed me off. When I would wake up, I'd be like, dude, Santa didn't eat anything. He took one bite out of the cookie and the full milk, and they're like, My parents were always like, "Oh, dude, imagine he's been to so many houses. He's probably so full by now."
Full.
And I'm like,
He's
I don't
so
care.
full.
Eat my cookies.
He's so full, dude. Honestly, but like honestly, even to that now, bro, like still Christmas still holds like the same way, you know, just like buying gifts and stuff. And like even then, man, reality is, man, Christmas, it really is about family. The gifts are always just an extra, but it's about being with your family, you know, having some laughter, you know, kind of wrap up the year and, you know, kind of reminisce on all the good stuff that, you know, was the year. And then, you know, Christmas is always just a good time, you know. Everyone's in a good mood. It's hard to be in a bad mood on Christmas, you know?
That is true.
It is hard to be.
Especially when you get your underwears and socks for Christmas.
Dude, I'm super hyped. I'm super hyped. You know, a couple of my socks, you know, all this travel and stuff, all this walking we've done, my socks have taken a hit. So, you know, I can use some extra socks.
I can actually use some socks, bro. I
can use some
socks. I had a Kristen happen to me the other day.
Yeah.
Just my big toe coming out of the sock.
Dude,
like
my gente, going to the gym, doing all this, bro. The socks take a beating, bro.
They do.
Socks take a beating, and you know I don't buy, you know I don't invest in these super expensive socks. I get like these little cheap thin ones, and like bro, se rompen rapidísimo, bro. They're buying like 20, you know, after like a couple months of having them, yeah, you can start seeing a couple of them rip. But no, man, Christmas is fun, bro.
It is.
I really do.
It is.
It really
We're
do
excited. We hope you guys enjoy your Christmas. As always, thank you for tuning in. Drink a lot of cafecito, eat a lot of croquetas on your Nochebuena.
Sprinkle up some Coquito this time, maybe?
A little Coquito.
A little Coquito.
A little Coquito. We got Coquito in the back over there.
A little Coquito this time of year always hits different.
Guys, it's dangerous. Coquito's too good, bro.
That's a whole nother episode.
That's
a whole
Coquito's
episode.
Too good.
Why is Coquito good and it destroys you at the same time?
Yeah.
It's the sweetness and the alcohol.
I know. That's dangerous.
That'll kill you, dude. I've seen some strong soldiers go down.
Yeah. Bro, you just drink it like you're drinking like a glass of milk, and then the next thing you know, you're like 5 Coquitos deep,
then you're done.
It's over.
It's over with.
It's over.
Send us your Coquito vids. Send us videos. Send us in, you know, if your favorite holiday traditions. But yeah, man, you know, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, de la familia nosotros a usted. Que lo pasen bien, que lo pasen feliz. Absolutely. Hope you get nice presents. Hope you get nice socks and underwears. Maybe a gift card to Amazon, Starbucks. It's a perfect day.
It is.
It's a perfect day.
Eat some lechon. Eat some good lechon.
Eat some lechon.
God knows I'm going to eat some good lechon.
Eat some lechon. Eat some cookies, you know. For those of you older people that have to, you know, dress up as Santa Claus for the kiddos, good luck. I had to do the same thing. I had to go down to the trials and tribulations of being Santa Claus.
I'm excited. I'm actually excited for that. I want to be the Grinch, though.
Oh, dude, that shit's funny.
Those videos are crazy.
That shit's so funny, dude. Dressing up as a Grinch and scaring
the
crowd.
Kids.
These little kids,
those videos are iconic.
Dude, I feel like the younger parents now have so much more fun because like the elf on the shelf. And like, dude, they'll destroy their kids. Like they'll draw their kids.
Are bawling, crying, scared for their life. I mean, the videos of them running out with a Christmas tree. I mean, that's insane.
You can tell.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Younger parents, man, they can be dicks to their kids, bro. Like they love pranking their kids, especially now.
Yeah.
They get the kids like, I don't want an elf on the shelf. You're gonna get one. And you're gonna deal with it.
Yeah.
And like they'll like mess up their room.
I used to mess with my brother with the elf on the shelf thing, dude. I would go crazy with that thing. Like, it got to the point that I would spook him. He's like, dude, how the hell is this elf pulling this thing off?
But now parents go crazy with it. They look forward to messing with their kids with elf on the shelf and be like, hey, bro, he's gonna mess up. If you misbehave, he's gonna mess up.
Yeah,
it's crazy, bro. But
like
it's just a great time of the year. Dude.
It is
great time of the year.
Well, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed. Enjoy your Nochebuena, and we will see you on the next one.
Feliz Navidad.